today that we target career management and also looking at how to balance between the study and also the employment. These are very, very important aspects of our life in career and also in our general life, because majority of the people, they fall victim or ignorance of which way to swing, to go for employment first or to continue their education, or combine the two together, and how best they can manage both sides of the swing of the pendulum. And today, I have someone and our guests that are highly experienced in this very aspect of a lifestyle, because they have been able to successfully combine education and their studying with their career, and they have been so successful. So, and I have with me here Professor Vishnu Pada Bose, all the way from India, and he has been our powerful motivator for this very session and for this very month of February. And I have also with me our guest from Egypt. Of course, he has another program, but he just want to be with us here for a while, and that is Professor Khalid Hamid from Egypt, from Singapore, and also from UK, and also from Nigeria. Yes, from Nigeria. And let me start with the opening session of the remarks from Professor Dr. Vishnu Padabose. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Ambassador Dr. Shahid Adibeshi, so, and other guests also. So formally, very good morning, good afternoon. Ambassador Dr. Shahid Adibeshi, Dr. Renuka Thakure, Dr. Abdul Mannaf, Dr. Khalid Hamid sir, and other distinguished speaker, distinguished guest, scholar, and all participants over here today. So again, I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you. Let me say a few words about my career, because today's session is mainly career-oriented things, career management and opportunities. So in my career from childhood, I was passionate about contributing to building a better civilization. That was my dream from childhood, and accordingly, in the undergraduate level, I chose civil engineering branch, and in masters, my specialization was geotechnical engineering, and my PhD domain was sustainable building materials and sustainable development under the School of Engineering Entrepreneurship at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, India. This was the premier and elite technological university in our country. So PhD I have completed from the School of Engineering Entrepreneurship. So during my PhD, I developed sustainable building materials through the circular economy concept, and it was a great achievement in my career, according to my passion. However, initially, my career started in the top corporate in our country, and as a civil engineer, I have contributed to many mega projects in our country. That is very remarkable projects. I was the coordinator, a project in charge of these mega projects in India. I worked for 15 years in the industry, and then I came to academic field. At present, I am working as a professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, Civil and Environmental Engineering, SPU, Kolkata, India. So during the phase of different transitions period, I have achieved different experience. So for the scholars, I could say finally that potential of a student can be legitimate criterion for choosing a career. Very very few are able to identify their potential and choose their subject of knowledge based on it. A career selected on the basis of one potential has greater prospect of assuring success. When choosing a career, scholars, aspirants, students should understand the area of interest. For example, someone who singing well can become an engineer, but his or her interest will always be in songs. A career is something that you have to do for the rest of your active life. So you definitely want to do something that you like doing and gives you satisfaction. Finally, I can say choosing a career based on your passion will allow you to comfortably settle in your career and excel while overcoming challenges with minimum effort. So passion is the important criteria or important signal for any aspirant, any student. So I always suggest build career according to your passion or according to your interest field. So many career options available today. So student, of course, can choose their career according to their choiceable field. But globalization offers extensive opportunities for truly worldwide development, but it is not progressing evenly. That's why the United Nations identified three mega trends related to globalization. That is shift in production and labor market, rapid advance in technology, and climate change. The acceleration of globalization has produced unprecedented opportunities, threats, and uncertainties for aspirants, scholars, and professionals, and for business in general. So, finally, again, I could conclude that choosing a career based on your passion will allow you to comfortably settle in your career and excel while overcoming challenges with minimum effort. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Bose, for that very wonderful opening. I'd like it from Egypt. Yes, Professor Khalid, you have the floor now, sir.
Yes, hello. Yes, thank you. Hello, my name is Khalid. Sorry, I don't have video right now, but just I continues my presentation. Yes, I'm Khalid, professional for education and digital learning. I'm calling from Cairo, Egypt right now. About myself, I can share in screensaver, please, Dr. Shahid.
It's okay.
I can share. Yeah, okay. But you allow about my experience. Actually, I am an educator since 1999, and I became a member in UNESCO and United Nations and African Union. I traveled around the world more than 20 countries. I support for education, technology, and I have also my own projects in digital learning. I became also a top member translator in Global Digital Library since 2018. I did all translation from English to more than 9 languages in Global Digital Library, and that's amazing for all children. Special my translation in China in Chinese languages sit now in the digital library in UNESCO, and that's I'm so lucky for this. And also I have a project support for education learning uh, through platform and also digital learning to support all youth around the world, especially Africa. I'm talking about multilingual in my project to teach students multilingual, more than 9 languages, and also music curriculum for all ages, all kind of instrument, all kind of styles of music to change the folklore of Africa in music, and also computer science. I'm talking about more than 60 program, software and hardware for computer, and also to grow with learners to the AI. They must have to know the knowledge of computer science. That's in my project. And also I am lucky because I can deliver my lesson plan in multilingual, and that's also good chance for all students. If the students talk French, okay, it's good, they can learn all. And also if they talk Spanish also, that also can well. And also Chinese and Arabic as well, because it's my mother language. And also Chinese and Russian and Dutch and German. It's fun project. I hope I can deliver my project soon, because I was looking for a global organization since 10 years ago, since I started my project to apply for my project to deliver my lesson plan to all over the world, especially in Africa, youth, girls, women, youth. It's really amazing. That must be helpful for all family around the world. Thank you. That's about me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are going to come back to that very wonderful project later. And let me welcome our powerful guest here. I think this is the first time we are having her on this very project and on this very program and on this very session. And that is Mrs. Aminchi Nicodemus from Nigeria. Can we meet you, and also your brief introduction about your career journey? Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So my name is Amin Nicodemus. When I heard, when I was listening to Dr. Khalid Ahmed speaking, I felt I should just cover my face because I am seeing materials here. My name is Amin Nicodemus, and I am a career coach. I hope I'm a nutritionist and also a student. I run an NGO here in Nigeria. I am the executive director of Aminchi Care Initiative, an entrepreneur also. I think that's all about myself for now.
That is so briefly, and that is so wonderful. Yes, let's go to the first presentation on this very particular topic that we call career management. And Professor Bishnu Padabose has a presentation for us. Yes, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Sound?
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. So this is my presentation in general presentation in respect to career management and opportunities. As I told that my career started as a civil engineering, and later on I pursued my doctorate engineering entrepreneurship from the engineering entrepreneurship department. And subsequently, I have involved in the entrepreneurship cell also in our country, and I have developed something sustainable building material in our country. So I am going to this presentation to the scholars, aspirant students. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunities. My name is Dr. Vishnupada Bose from India. So career definition is available in different journals, different articles. So in general definitions like that, the pattern and sequences of occupations and positions occupied by people across their working lives. So when choosing a career, scholars, aspirants should understand their area of interest. This is very important things that I spoke just a few minutes back. That, for example, someone who's singing well can become an engineer, but his or her interest will always be in the songs. So a career is something that you have to do for the rest of your active life. So you definitely want to do something that you like doing and gives you satisfaction and pleasures. Choosing a career based on your passion will allow you to comfortably settle in your career and excel while overcoming challenges with minimum efforts. This is also a suggested elements published by authors, that this is the element for successful career. Embrace happiness that must be required in everybody's lives. Cultivate a positive attitude. That is very important things. We must have the positive in all sense. Tap your passion, align with your values, play to your strengths, set your career intention. So choosing a career is one of the most important decision in a person's life. It can save your life, determine success, and determine your happiness. Successful scholars who is committed to incorporate her passion into the work. This is the common element to build a better factors to build a better careers. It's common things that a student can develop throughout his study periods. Say qualification on things, common things, contacts, personality, values and motivation, interest, skills. These are the common things a scholars and student achieved during their study periods. So all element that directly or indirectly into the, so it is essential things. The importance of choosing career lies in its ability to provide directions, fulfillment, and stability in your life. It is a decision that can have long-term consequences. So it is important to carefully consider your options and make an informed choice. Potential of a student can legitimate criterion for choosing a career. Very few are able to identify their potential and choose their subject of knowledge based on it. So passion here is a very potential of a student. Sorry, passion in main ingredient to accelerate careers. So a career selected on his basis of one potential has greater prospect of assuring success. Career development process. The four element is very important things. Engaging in self-awareness, self-assessment, and self-discovery. Exploring education, training, and career options, including entrepreneurship and startup also, because it is a modern concept. Decision making and planning, taking action towards your goal. Today's the economic, social, and business world is undergoing unprecedented change. Accordingly, career path also is a very critical transition process. In the modern career landscape, characterized by being more boundaryless and self-directed career transitions, defined as career moves from one position to another, have become more prominent part of individual working life. So traditionally, there are four type of career path now is knowledge-based career, skill-based career, entrepreneurship and startup-based career, freelance. Every kind of career path catered to a specific set of qualification. So of course, minimum qualification is required to shift any type of careers. So knowledge-based career is all know, mainly academics, research, development, consultancy, advisor, leaders. Skill-based, mainly industry and something general professionals, etc. And combined with knowledge and skills, academician, professors, researchers, lawyer, doctor, administrative personnel, entrepreneurship. This is very important things. An entrepreneur solve a problem or specific need by selling their own product and services. An entrepreneur can work independently or start a company and hire employees and contribute to the society in many forms. Similarly, startup also a modern concept. Startup are a specific type of business that focuses on rapid growth and innovation, often combining this with technology. In this context, all startup are example of entrepreneurship, but not all entrepreneurship is a startup. That is actually important things. Another thing is freelance. We all know the freelance is a always they can shift anywhere based on their eligibility, potential, and capability. So coming to the entrepreneurship, worldwide it is a gaining global acceptance that entrepreneurship model, and all university has opened the sale of entrepreneurship innovation department to accelerate different ideas, innovative, disseminating innovation idea in the market. Entrepreneurship is not an easy or simple profession, but as with any field, there are basic principles that govern success. So, most fundamental truth in entrepreneurship in this: find a problem and provide the solution. That great entrepreneurs are doing in the global level.
Hmm.
If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, your business must fill a gap, solve an issue, or provide a product that did not previously exist. So, entrepreneur trait, it is a common trait: passion, risk-taking ability, persisting nature, innovative, leading from the front, ethical in nature. So we all know the successful entrepreneurs on the global level: Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon; Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple; Elon Musk, founder of SpaceX and CEO of Tesla; Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook; Larry Page, co-founder of Google. So they are actually entrepreneurs model for all of us. This is the common thing need for a entrepreneur. Of course, they have these properties. They have their quality, that is perseverance, analytical thinking, creative problem solving, collaborating, communication, technology savvy, proactive, flexibility, adaptability, and network building capability, etc. These are common skill needs for entrepreneurs. Another concept: startup. It's also gaining global acceptance from since last few decades. The startup are an optimal vehicle to validate and bring new innovation to the markets, especially more disruptive innovation. So a startup is a new business venture that is typically in the early stage of development. Startup are founded by one or more entrepreneurs who want to develop a product or service for which they believe there is demand. Startup aim to bring innovation and build ideas quickly. They are businesses that want to disrupt industries and change the world, and do it all at scale. This is the common skill required to open up a startup. Persons who willing to start his career in a startup, he must have the quality: passion, vision, focus, determination, persistence, flexibility, creativity, communication skill, leadership skill, business acumen. Passion is the very important thing in this figure. So successful startup we all know in the global level, and they are a model for all of us. Uber, their online taxi call service; AdRoll, they are analyzing consumer behavior; Handy, the company is engaging in the revolutionary cloud software design to manage the large team; Thousand Eyes is a cloud service for monitoring and analytic processing a large amount of data. These all are successful and model startup in the global level, and it's the example for all of us. Entrepreneurship and innovation is a symbiotic with each other, with each driving others. As the world continue to change and evolve, innovation will continue to play a critical role in the success of companies and in shaping the future of the global economy. So, innovation and entrepreneurship relationship I have drawn here. Entrepreneurship and innovation are closely related but distinct concepts. While innovation involves introducing something new, such as business model, product idea, or service, entrepreneurship focuses on turning a great idea into a viable business opportunity. Innovation is the starting point for entrepreneurship, as it involves the creation of new and valuable ideas. However, entrepreneurship goes further by taking on the risk and responsibility of bringing those ideas to market and building a successful business. The key distinction lies in the risk component associated with entrepreneurship, which is not necessarily present in the innovation alone. So startup and entrepreneurship, something is different is there. Entrepreneurship can visualize the prospect of filling the gap with an innovation solution. This could involve revising a product or creating a new one. Entrepreneurship encompasses the entire process of starting, running, and finding new market for business, while startup are specific types of venture that embody entrepreneurial traits, often with a focus on growth, innovation, and disruption. So, as I said, that small differences there. All startup are example of entrepreneurship, but not all entrepreneurship is a startup. So, not all entrepreneur necessarily startup, but all startup are founded by entrepreneurs. This is the funding sources. Anyone who like to flourish his career for startup, they can get funding from this type of sources. Say angel ventures, angel investor, venture capital, crowdfunding, etc. Now it is the emerging trend and the present concept. In a rapidly changing world, the nature of work is evolving in an unprecedented pace. Technology and advancement, global event, and shifting socio-economic landscape are reshaping industries and creating new career opportunities for students and young professionals. Understanding this shift and equipping themselves with the relevant skills and become more critical than ever. So this is the common things, future of work. Who does the work that is mentioned, how the work is done, that for example, AI, robotics, automation. When and where work is done, fluid work schedule, remote worker, collected workplace, and who does the work. This is the future concept. And who does the work in this step? GIG economy is the great things. Now it is a modern concept. Sorry, its concept is old, but now it is accelerating and gaining global acceptance. GIG economy. Now it is a key trend. It is a common things. But out of this, number two, GIG economy, it's gaining global acceptance now. So this is the brief of GIG economy. GIG economy is the economic system by which a workforce of people engage in freelance and side hustle work. The GIG economy is composed of corporate entities, workers, and consumers. GIG economy also two categories is there: service-based GIGs, knowledge-based GIGs. Reason for promotion of GIG economy. This is the few reasons as published in the different articles why GIG economy is gaining global acceptance now. Number one, with the emergence of digital age, now people can work from any place and at any time. Number two, short-term contact facilities. Facilitate the firm to avoid long-term commitments such as gratuity, pension, etc. This type of burden company can avoid through the GIG economy. Advancement in technology has reduced human effort, also add to the GIG economy. The dynamic business environment also induce the company to hire short-term laborers, save training time, and increase the operational efficiency of the organization. Freedom of work, as the worker can work at their own pace, as there is no fixation of working hours and employment policies. Also, they can select the work they want to do. That's what GIG economy gaining global acceptance as now. Scholar must be proactive towards career goals. Proactive career behavior are actions that take initiative to build a career rather than just responding to opportunities. Number two, proactive aspirants, scholars are goal-oriented, confident, and curious. They are also alert, ask questions, and like to understand things in depth. Scholar must have this type of qualities so that they can choose the career early and right direction. So finally, I can conclude that a career is a continuous process that allow you to adapt to the changing demand of your dynamic economy, our dynamic economy. The career management process embraced various concepts: self-awareness, career development planning, career exploration, lifelong learning, and networking. So we must keep in mind that it is a changing, emerging economy, and globalization is on the way, on the process. So career exploration is the essential things for the scholars and students. Another thing is passion. They must realize their passion. So the choosing of career would be easy. So this is my brief presentation of general uh, concept of career management and opportunities. So thank you so much.
All right, I want to comment on Doctor's presentation. That was highly amazing. It was wonderful, Doctor. And my name is Amin Chinikodemos, as earlier introduced, from Nigeria. You know, there's this quote by Brian Tracy that we mostly focus on, which is dream big. There are no limitations to how good you can become or how high you can rise, except the limits you put on yourself. Couple of years back, I began to ponder on this, and when I was working aimlessly, I now told myself that no, there's limitation. And the number one limitation is when you don't manage your career well. 3 years ago, I was working with an financial institution here in Nigeria. And at the same time, I was trying to work on my personal NGO. And also, I was a student of a postgraduate. You know how it's choked up. Working in a financial institution that I have to go to work from 6 to 6 with my NGO, and I was a student. So I began to have couples of rejection anytime I apply for grants via my NGO. I miss a lot of opportunities. I felt like quitting and things were not going right. Sometimes I will have sleepless nights while juggling a couple of things, having to cope up with these three major things I loved doing in my life, which was the work that I was getting paid, my school, and my NGO. So I began to ponder this could be as the result of career management, that I wasn't managing my career well. So I wasn't feeling this satisfaction. There was no satisfaction doing all this job, despite the fact that I was getting paid. So I had to reflect on some of the things. I had to ask myself, okay, what will it be? What sets these successful people we see today? What are the things they are doing different than what we are doing now? And I began to ask myself, it's possibly that they manage their career well. Doing three things at a moment, if care is not taken, I will be working aimlessly and without direction. Just like Doctor said earlier, that when you don't manage your career well, you will lose focus. And I was losing focus. So I had to ask myself some questions, which I want you to ask yourself too. You can write it somewhere if you are having doubts about where you're heading to or how your career is moving. Career gives direction and clarity. So when I was confused on what to do, and I asked myself, I imagine myself in the next 5 years or 2 years, where do I want to see myself? Number one question. And the second question I asked myself, what are the top 5 skills that I want to develop for my own self, my own career? The third question was, who is role model? And what are the things that I appreciate more about them? After 3 questions, I began to focus on 2 basic things about career. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I asked myself these 2 major questions before I began to manage my career, I set goals. There are two major things that you cannot do when managing your career in every field. Wherever you're working, in industry, your personal goals, there are two major things you can't do away with, which is goal setting and planning. So I began to figure out what are my SMART objectives. My SMART objectives, I focus on what are the specific things I want to do. Are they measurable? Are they achievable? How relevant are they? And when am I supposed to achieve them? So basically, if I was to focus on that job that I was getting paid and also focus on my NGO, nothing was wrong with that. But if I should carry all these three, how specific are these goals? How measurable? How achievable when I want to manage my career? So I ask myself these questions, and which is one thing you must consider first when managing your career, because it helps a lot. It will go a long way. You cannot just be working directionless. For instance, I said in the next 3 years or 2 years, I want to see my NGO run as an international organization. Then how achievable, how relevant, how realistic was that goal that I set for myself? So I began to write all those things down. And the next thing I did was planning. Planning is the process of developing a structured approach or strategy to achieve those established goals that I set for myself. So I set objective, I identified my tasks as an NGO executive director, and what are the resources, the time, the personnel, everything that I needed at that time to run my NGO. So I went on with figuring out some strategies for achieving a successful career management. Are we together?
Yes, we are together.
Yes.
Very well.
Are we together? Okay. I went on with identifying some of the strategies I need to achieving those things that I've set for myself, the school, the NGO, and my work, which I was getting paid for, which will be a sponsor to cater for all the career that I've set for myself. First thing I did was self-assessment. You have to assess yourself. You have to, after setting the goal, you have to understand your strength, your interest, and value. Your strength is what you are good at. Your interest is what keeps you engaged, and your value is what is important, your preference, that's how you like it or how you like to work. And your weakness is what you probably struggle with. And when I understood these things, I focused on strength, weakness, and value, these three things. Then I have to leave the essence of understanding the strength and the weakness is not for me to base or to focus on the weakness. Most of you have done this assessment, but you keep on focusing on your weakness, or you can't do this because you can't do that, you can't do this. While identifying this, I focused on my strengths and I set objective. I've worked on my objective, and that's number one strategy for career management. And second thing I did was continuous learning. Growing up, I never had a chance to go through nursery school, primary school. The secondary school I did was in XX3 because my family didn't have a financial capability to sponsor me. So when I identified those things that I can do, I kept on learning. I learn, I develop my skill every day. This is what I want to be. As time goes on, I want to be a career coach. Then I have to learn from people that I know are experienced, are more advanced than me. So I invest in lifelong learning. Number two thing, after self-assessment, what you need to do is continuous learning. I want to recommend Doctor for such a wonderful presentation he did. I love that. So you have to learn from people like Doctor to develop yourself, to enhance your skill, to stay competitive in these changing job markets. You know, you never can tell where you find yourself. I studied agric, but I am a career coach now. I worked in a financial institution. I didn't study economics or accounting. You see, this is how the world is changing. So you have to learn, you have to improve yourself every day. And number three thing you should do to work on the strategy to develop your career is networking and relationship building. Networking is very, very important because it helps you assess opportunities that you might have missed. Imagine not meeting a doctor now on LinkedIn. I wouldn't have met most of you here or all of you here. So you network. What you are good at, there are people that are good at also. Then you find their like and network with them. This will gain a lot of insight and you will receive support from either mentorship or peers. Number four thing is personal branding and online presence. You know, we are in a tech world that everything is online. You can access everything you want online. So just like I made mention earlier, I met Doctor met me on LinkedIn. You know, sometimes LinkedIn can be very, very intimidating, but nevertheless, you make yourself, you serve yourself there. The strong personal brand there is to showcase your skills, showcase your expertise, showcase what you have achieved and what you are good at. You never can tell who will contact you. I joined LinkedIn last year, but my presence, like being active on LinkedIn, started January, and I can tell you the number of money I've earned just because of my presence on LinkedIn. I can post thousands times without getting a like or comment, but I get people contacting me for job. So your personal branding is very, very important because we are in a technological world. Your online presence, sell yourself out there. You cannot be stagnant. You cannot remain in your house and expect people to identify with you or to know what you do. And another strategy for career management is adaptability. Embrace change. Imagine if I had said I am an extensionist and I won't work in a financial institution, I won't run an NGO, I won't forge my education, I want to just be a farmer, just supervise farmers and get paid. I wouldn't have been here, right? I wouldn't have been here. So adaptability and resilience is what keeps you going and managing your career, your education, your professional life, and your general career. So last thing I will say about the strategy is work-life balance and well-being. This is very, very important. And it is one thing that people neglect. You want to do a lot of things at a time, not considering your health, not considering your mental health, not considering a lot of things. You will get burnt out and things will go wrong. So while trying to do a lot of things at the same time, just make sure you balance your work life and your well-being. It is very, very important. Just like I mentioned earlier, I was having sleepless nights because I was working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I have NGO to run. I was in school. Can you imagine how hectic that was? But when I began to manage my career, I set all these strategies, the planning, the objective setting, the SMART objective. Then I began to manage and balance my work life and my well-being. It is very, very paramount. Set boundaries, maintain a healthy work-life balance to sustain your long-time career satisfaction and well-being. And I said last, I want to chip in what Doctor said earlier, your mentorship and peer support. I mentioned earlier that whatever you do today, someone is doing better than you. Who is your mentor? The question are the three questions I asked you. Who is your mentor? And what are the things you appreciate about that particular person? So it's very, very important for you to consider that. The importance of career management is not just I want to set objective, I want to do this, the importance of that, because you need direction, you need focus. If you do not have the insight of where you're going to, you will be working directionless, and that will hinder you from achieving your life's goals, and the fulfillment for your objective, for your life's purpose won't be achieved. And the importance of career management also, it's maximize potential. You leverage on your strengths, just like I mentioned earlier. I identify the self-assessment I did. I had my strengths, my weakness, but I leverage more on my strengths. That was what kept me, and that's what is keeping me till date. And also it gives you opportunity, recognition opportunity. Are we together? All that. When you do not manage your career well, you will underutilize your skill. One, you will be stagnant. Two, your stress will increase. Just like I was doing three things at the same time. It was career management that helped me to manage all those three, you know. So doctor said I should summarize. In summary, career management and development is very, very important. Whatever you are doing, even if you are doing thousands things at a time, when you manage them well, you can succeed, you can achieve your goal. For you to have this balance in your education, your work, and staying relevant in your career, you have to manage your career well. Because when you manage, it helps you figure out what you want to do, plan how to get there, and improve your skills all along. And also I am glad to connect with you, because I sold myself on LinkedIn. That was what gave me the platform to meet with these great personality mentors, and I am grateful for this privilege. Thank you. Said 1 minute, I have to summarize. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for this privilege. I have to summarize.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
And of course, you have said it, and you have said everything well. Let's go to have some words from Professor Khalid Ahmed from Egypt. And also, if you have something to present, I think you can share within the 10 minutes. Then we can open the floor for our participants. Then we take the last comments from our global guest for today. Thank you.
Okay, I will share so quick. I don't, because I have also event. Okay, thank you, Amisha, for you. Actually, I'm pro coach. Actually, you did well. Actually, as a coach, you will be perfect in your life. Thank you. Can you allow me to share my project? Just I share something right now. Yeah, you know, that's I told my career that's a member, and also T4 community, and also professional development in international American education technology and AI. And also I'm lucky because I became here also a member in Global Sustainable Future Network. About my project, actually, I started to create my project since 10 years ago. The first time when I traveled to Qatar in WISE, maybe you know that event, global event in WISE. I started at that moment to create my project. That was 2014. And then about my project, it's here. That's about multilingual digital book for 2030. What I'll deliver? I deliver computer science, multilingual, and music curriculum. Here, something quick about my project delivery. In lesson plan more than 8 languages, music curriculum for all ages in multilingual and computer science. Okay, and what more? I teach talking and writing, and they are learning Arabic, English, Dutch, German, French, Spanish, Italian, Chinese, Russian. about how I teach, actually, that's, for example, that's if you see that simple sentence in English. This is my teacher. Her name is teacher Anki. She loves us a lot. If we see that in Arabic, you cannot read this. That's what I'm talking. I'm follow in my project. Of course, nobody can read that if they don't talk Arabic. It's very difficult. But I solved this trouble to let them how they can talk in Arabic first. For example, here I reference the letters in English writing. If you read it now in the blue line, you get the phonetics in Arabic. هذا أستاذي اسمها المعلمة أكني هي تحبنا كثيرا. By this way, it will be easier for everyone to start reading and talking Arabic, and then they try to read from right to left as a standard letter in Arabic. Also, like this, also I did what? I did also for Chinese also. Chinese, it's so very difficult. Also, I solve this trouble. You can read also the blue one letters, then you get how you talk Chinese first, and then you will learn how you read the Chinese standard letters. For example, if you read this, the blue line, but you have to know actually how you read it. Like, 是我的老师他老啊je vais 老师他放学啊我们. Also, that's it must be following also how you read it. Also, so this like also Russian also like this. I solve this trouble. And also, but Italian, it's easy. Everybody can read it, and French also it's easy. They can learn, can following learning, and also Spanish, because there is no different in alphabet. But in German, yeah, a little bit. Alphabet, they can also know how they read it, and also Dutch also is the same like German. It will be very easy. About the music, what about music? Actually, I can teach in music all kind of musical instrument in a short time, like piano, electric guitars, and Spanish guitars, and the drum, and more musical instrument, and also teach all styles of music, like classic music, blues music, jazz music, rock music, Arabic music, and more other styles. Okay, if you see now, my students in the music room, they compose their own music because they learn it how they use the technology. Everyone has iPad, has the program. I teach them also the program how they can working in the tablet, and they also compose the music and they play during the technology. About the computer, I have more than 60 programs to teach the students the professional programs in computer. For example, here, for example, 13 program that's special After Effects and Premiere Pro and Photoshop and iPad, and also Office. It's yeah, actually the many programs in the computer. That's also I can teach you that in the short time. If you see here, how can the activity make different for students? Here, this student, they were in grade 6, and here the same students, they become in grade 12, and they're here after graduate. She did own concert. Then it's very important. How I love Africa. When I start to travel to Africa, that's the global event in Expo 20. It was in Botswana. I contact with many ministers of education in this event. At that moment, I was thinking careful about Africa to deliver my my project to support all my lovely students in Africa. Also, I traveled also in Singapore. That's also the global event for technology. Also, 2 times in Singapore, I was there also, and also here when I member in UNESCO in global in Mobile Learning Week in France, and here also when I traveled to China, also I contact with the very global VIP people in China about also the global event in technology event for education. Yeah, here more. That's also in. I was in Denmark. I was also that's in it was Zimbabwe also by United Nation. I mean, and also here also in Washington. Here, stop sharing. I mean, my project actually it will be support all students, but actually we have together contact, help together hand in hand to grow with Africa, not only Africa and also all students in all over the world. Because I am a teacher more than I have experience more than 25 years ago. Okay, I have a knowledge, I have a data, and all stakeholder talk about update for education. They must be grow with education. Okay, now I have in my hand the knowledge. I have data. Let us know how we can share my project, how we can support to grow with our students around the world in new generation. That's my project. I hope it will be sense for you. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Talents are abound around the world. It is only when you are confined within that very small place of yours, you will be thinking you are the king. But when you move outward, you will realize that we have amazing people that are doing wonderful things, such like our global guests we have today. Yes, for we now come back to open the floor for our participants, then we take the last remarks. So, Prof, sir. Unmute yourself.
First of all, congratulate Professor Khalid Hamed from Egypt. He has explained a very unique experience he has shared that is really add value at every institute, organizations, and in the global level. And it is a very unique type of things Professor Khalid has introduced in the school level and in the academic level, education sectors, and of course it is a major, it may greatly contribute to the global sustainable development arena, because education and other things is mostly related to 17 sustainable development goal, and that directly indirectly Professor Khalid Ahmed has contributing to the achieving global sustainable development goal through his effort and excellent contribution to the education sectors, using different technologies and different intelligences he has explored in his entire life. And I really appreciate things what Dr. Khalid Ahmed has contributing at the global platform. So this is my remarks, and I really appreciate his contribution and congratulations also. Thank you so much, Dr. Khalid Ahmed.
Thank you.
Thank
It's my
you so
pleasure,
much.
Dr. Pra.
Thank you so much. So we are going to rejoin in just few seconds now.
I also want to congratulate Miss Aminchi Nicodemus. He also deliver his speech is a very very effective speech, that very effective for development of a scholar, because she has shared his real experience, what he did in the last few years, what struggle she did, a job and NGOs. Simultaneously, he has struggled a lot to survive and establish her NGOs in the global platform. And at the same time, she also acquired knowledge from the institute, and he also keep continue her continuous learning. He has kept continue with a sequential planning of day-to-day planning, and he has achieved unique experience while he is executing all those things. I mean, learning, running NGOs. At the same time, for families, he also need to earn some money. So everything he has balanced since last few years. And I hope that this lecture she has delivered, it really too much effective for scholars, students, and professionals, and for us also, because we also learn many things from her, what she did last few years, and how she is struggling to establish towards her direction of her goals, and do something, and try to do something for the global level and global citizens, and indirectly she also contributing for achieving a sustainable development goal, as she told everything. So I also, I get to appreciate her contribution towards achieving his goal, at the same time towards development of the society, towards development of the scholar. So I greatly appreciate, and at the same time I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Miss Aminichi Nicoderam. Thank you so much, Miss
Thank you, Doctor.
Aminichi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, Prof, for doing that very remarks and summary and appreciation for those wonderful presentations. So, to our participants, yes, comments, reactions, questions. Let's have
entrepreneurship and innovation, the difference and the basic differences between both. And also a very big thank you to Miss Amechi Nicodemus. Yeah, she gave an example that really relates to me. Like I just want to say that's the exact thing I'm passing through right now. So I needed an advice, like I needed something that could open my eyes to to clarity, and she did justice to that. Thank you very much, ma. And to Dr. Khalid Ahmed, thank you so much for making me realize that there's no limits to achieving knowledge, to understanding the fact that it's like one person can relate to like 8 different languages. That's huge, and there's no limit to how far we can learn, provided we are ready to do so. So I want to thank you, SARS and Matt, for giving yourself to us, for pouring yourself to us, and we hope we will put all this we've learned into action, and in the long run we will become better persons in the society, into the contribution of the society. Thank you. And also thank you to Dr. Adebisi for coming up with this wonderful for taking this wonderful step, because it's a bold step for you to out of your time to take up this action and this step. It is a wonderful one and it is amazing. So thank you very much, and we are not taking this opportunity for granted. Yeah, we recognize it and we acknowledge it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Next comments, questions, or reaction. Mr. Jami.
Good day to all our great scholars and we the participants. As usual, this is one of the best sessions that I've had with the team, and it's really appreciated. So, sir, I want to, in appreciating all our scholars, I want to ask Professor Khalid Ahmed if he can share with us how he's able to navigate around all these complex languages. Which techniques are you able to use so that we can learn from that? I also, as an AI person, I'm into artificial intelligence, machine learning as well. So I also want you to shed more light on how you have been able to use artificial intelligence to achieve all these great tasks. Thank you so much.
We normally take all the questions and reactions together, then we now book it to conclude our session. But Professor Khalid is having another session now, and I will allow him to quickly react to that. Yes, Professor Khalid.
Yeah, actually, thank you for this question. Actually, I will contact also with Dr. Saeed, or maybe he can also support for that. But about my project, I do it very simple. I actually use videos and audios like film. You watch the movie, you never forget. In short time, you will be multilingual speaker. In short time, you will be good player music in any instrument you like, if you are left hand or right hand, because actually I have more than 25 years experience as a music teacher. That's different way. That's special. That's really because I learned by myself when I traveled to Netherlands. I was in the United States, in Boston, in Berkeley. I worked hard. I was studying music more than 30 years as a music department. I know exactly how I can deliver the music. That's about music. About the languages, because I am also music teacher and I make voice training. I know exactly how I can deliver the phonetics. You can be easier talking. That's the very easier. That's what I'm doing for all multilingual. If you want to be advanced in any languages, that can also, you can continue with one language as well if you like. But if you want to be advanced in multi-language, that will be also ready with me. Don't worry about that, because my teaching, it's a new system. It's not like academy. No, it will be like activity, because the activity that makes sense for students to love the students, to love to learning. That's the point. If you love to learn anything, you like it, you will be learn in short time. I believe that. In future, I will contact with Dr. Renouka actually for my project, and also you will get me for my project, don't worry. And also specific all youth in all Africa, because when I was in Zimbabwe, I meet lovely musicians there. They work, play music in government. They asked me to stay in Zimbabwe to teach them, because they are professional, but they need more grow in music theory. I promised them to work hard for platform to share for Zimbabwe, and also Botswana. Also, I contact with the Botswana lady. Very, she is a very beautiful lady. She support for activity in Botswana the music. I have today also event. If you have time, you can enjoy us. It will be at 11 a.m. London. The link in chat box. I will also share some students from many countries. You will see the students how they will professional in hosting. They host the event today with Miss Jasmine. We are all together one team to grow with our life, with our family, with our students. We are one family in the world. I hope I can good answer for your question. Don't worry. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you got the clue how to become multilingual speaker or multilingual translator. Okay. Yes. Next comment or reaction before we have the last remarks from our global guest today. Any comment, any question, any remark? Comrade Jamiu, Comrade Alimi, you want to say something? Anisat, Mrs. Anisat, do you want to say something? All right, so let's take the final remarks of 3 minutes from our dear guests. And if there are anything they want to clarify from the interaction, of course, they can do that. And I would like to call on Miss Amici Nicodemus.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. I want to appreciate you for this awesome opportunity to meet people like you and doctors and all the participants. What I want to say here, just like the other participant asked Dr. Khalid a question on how he does it and how you were able to achieve all of these things. In the 25 years he mentioned the experience he had, if he would open up to tell you there were challenges, but what kept him was the consistency and focus. So there's no shortcut to making it. It's just that he did not do this.
I thought the network actually disappointed. Yeah.
Yes. First of all, I would like to thanks and also grateful to Dr. Shahid Adibeshi sir, because he has taken a great initiative, and it is a very unique initiative. This is a common platform to share our knowledge, transfer our knowledge, uh, building confidence on the scholar, students, professionals, and exchange our views and disseminating so many important things jointly. So I grateful to you, Dr. Shahid, Ambassador Dr. Shahid Adibeshi. At the same time, I also grateful to all distinguished speaker, Dr. Khaled Ahmed and Miss Aminichi and others scholars also. Their great contribution in this program. So in the context of today's topic, I must say that students or scholars must realize their passion in the field of interest uh, and their perseverance, their dedication, and their focused aim towards their future careers. That is very important things. So otherwise, if there is no concrete focused or no concrete goal, then proper career is difficult to building. Building a proper career is very difficult. So main thing is student must realize his or her potential, his or her passion in the field and domain. Accordingly, he or she plan for future careers and proceeds forward to get qualification, to acquire knowledge, to acquire skill, in tuning of his career goals. So I must say these things. So proactiveness must be have for even scholar or aspirants for towards their future goal. This will help to building a perfect career. And nowadays, entrepreneurship, startups, and gaining global acceptance. So I have told in my presentation that our great entrepreneurs, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates Foundations, and at the same time startup also Uber and many things. So this is actually a role model of great careers holder. So we must follow their philosophy. Student must follow their philosophy, how they build this type of careers. Career may be any sides: researchers, academicians, leaders, entrepreneurs, NGOs. Like Miss Aminichi also trying to building a NGOs to develop the community or serve the community, at the same time contributing to the global sustainable development. So that's what I must appreciate the lecture of this Miss Aminichi. At the same time, I must appreciate Dr. Khalid Ahmed, what he is contributing to the academic level, education level, students. He has made this a very difficult task through his knowledge and through his devotion, perseverance, dedication. He has made many things easy by his knowledge, experience, and intelligences. And this is delivered to the school and college level student, and although in the organization also using his contribution. He also contributing in the organization school level many things, and at the same time finally he also contributing to the global sustainable developments goals. So I must congratulate all these distinguished speakers, and at the same time I'm grateful to all of you. And special thanks to Dr. Shahid Adibeshi. He has taken the great initiative in this platform, common platform. So thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much. And yes,
It may be very, very tough, but just keep your head straight. And at the end of the day, you win. But don't forget, you have to manage your career. If not, you will be working directionless. And there won't be fulfillment in everything you do. So manage your career, and the Lord will help you. Thank you.
wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And on the last note, we are going to have is Professor Hali want to say concluding remark as well? Or that's okay?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. It was amazing, Dr. Syed. I'm so appreciated. And also Dr. Beshana. That's very important what you did recommend about me. Thank you, for example, for also Amin, also, and all participants here. I'm so appreciate your coming. And I invite you, the link here again in chat box to attend, because you will see how much lovely students today. That's a new generation. If you see the students now, you would be care. And like Amin Shah said, you have to manage your career to let the students in new generation grow. That's our work now, to support the new youth, the young youth, to be grow in their life. I hope I can deliver something to support our students. And also, I hope I see you soon in the meeting. I will be appreciated. And also, maybe you can ask. Also, Aminsha, I need you to also, maybe you share your question for our students there. They learn from you because they have good passion. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's my pleasure, Dr. Syed. Thank you for inviting me. And that's not last. That's for beginning. I'm here at any time to support. Thank you.
Of course. Like I said, Professor Khalid is driving our SLSP mobilization from Egypt, and also we have some others from Kenya, from Uganda, and also UK, and some other places. Yes, finally, I will invite one of our members that has just joined us and doing wonderfully well. The story, we are going to hear it in the last session of this month. It's going to be a wonderful experience, that very session of this month, February. It's going to be a very wonderful revelation and a lot of things. I call up Adefunke Nora from Egypt to help us thank our guests and our participants as we close the session for today.
So much, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me to this great opportunity. In fact, ever since you have introduced this opportunity to me, it has been a great I am so happy. I am so happy because I have been frustrated, and I have been my potential. I have not been able to out of the potentials I have not been able to focus on the strength. Like thank you so much to Miss Nicodemus for her speech. It's really driving. I really appreciate all she has said, and I really learn a lot for it. Like focusing on my strengths and value, continue to learn new skills. I really appreciate, and thank you to Doctor, and thank you to Mr. Khalid. I have gained so many theme speech for today. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, and thank you, Dr. Adebisi, for this opportunity.
Yes, this is
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much. And this is how we are going to close the session for today. Until next week, when we are going to come with another focus and also another dimension of discussion. I appreciate everybody, and we say thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was
Thank
excellent.
you.
Take care,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Thank you. Then how do we get the link?
Thank you.